Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the virtual Talladega Superspeedway for tonight's running of DegaPros Memorial Day Money Racing, a special event for you tonight, a team draft event on tap. You will see the corresponding letter of each three-member team on the left side of your screen. Again, 3 members per team, 9 teams of 3 for 27 total drivers. They are lettered A through I on the left side of your screen. We'll go through the teams as this race gets underway. We'll get you a rundown of exactly who is on each team. We'll get the starting grid quickly before we go under the green flag tonight. On the pole, the driver for Nightmare eSports, the number 14, number 17 on your timing and scoring, 14 on the side of the truck. Vicente Guerrero to his outside, his Nightmare teammate. Cody Nagels in the 6. Row 2, Kenny McCullough in the 0-3, and Dustin Carruthers for KSR. Row 3, Matt Lee of Nightmare eSports, along with Matthew Baker of NBG. They'll make up row number 3. Row 4, David Sheets and John Mullihan, a pair of McCullough teammates. Tonight, not on the same team, but tonight a little bit different in terms of the event. Row 5, Michael Triscaro, PGR eSports owner, and Justin Mills of BAR. They'll roll off 9th and 10th. Landon Velicki will roll off from 11th. Richard Elliott will roll off from 12th. Row 7, Sean Corbett of BAR and Ron Morris Jr. of McCullough Motorsports. Row 8, a pair of teammates tonight on the racetrack, Brock Westmoreland of PGR and Austin Green making an appearance tonight as well. Row 9, Mark Math in the 199 and Justin Atkinson making his first ever start in this race. Row 10, Nathan Ross of PGR and the boss man of KSR, Kenny Stamper. John Ward, the owner of Hyper Motorsports and the owner of DegaPros. He'll roll from 21st, and it's PGR's Nash Rambilla in 22nd. Row 12, Chris McCullough in the 0-4, and Joey Allen of Team B tonight in the 23. Row number 13, it'll be Mark Vondell of McCullough Motorsports, Tucker McClendon in the 00, Bobby Forbes of Hyper rounds out our 27-car field. We'll get you the information on the teams as we get into tonight's race. 40 laps on tap from Talladega. Green flag is in the air. We're underway for the Memorial Day team draft event. Coming through the trial to complete lap 1. Teammates normally, but not tonight. It's Vicente Guerrero, Cody Nagels side by side. Guerrero advantage on lap 1. Nagels back to the lead as they climb the banking again up turns 1 and 2. And we'll give you a rundown really quickly of the teams. Again, sorry for this being really late. This was very last minute, but did want to be here to cover this event because it got full very quickly. Here are your teams tonight for all intents and purposes. Team A, a.k.a. Team 1. It'll be Justin Mills, who currently leads the top line, that black and pink truck. Cody Nagels, second in the middle. And Tucker McClendon, the orange and white 00, back towards the tail end of the field. As you see, Matthew Baker, Justin Mills, Richard Elliott, a couple others going 3 wide. Speaking of Richard Elliott, Team B, the second team of 9 tonight, is Richard Elliott up there in the 02, the red, white, and blue machine. Kenny McCullough in the 03, further towards the tail end of the field, I believe. And the 23 of Joey Allen for BAR, also running towards the tail end of the field. Team C, also the third, as Cody Nagels jumps out. He's going to look 3 wide. Team C, will be PGR's Nash Brambilla, currently towards the tail end of the field in behind the lead draft. John Ward in the 92. He's currently trying to make his way forward. And Sean Corbett in the black and white 45 for BAR. He's further towards the back as well. And my fault, Kenny McCullough. He takes the lead here on the backstretch. So Kenny McCullough to the race lead. Cody Nagels back down to the middle. Team D, the 4th team for intents and purposes tonight. Mark Math, the 199, back about 8 cars deep on the inside behind the lead draft. Michael Triscaro, PGR owner, currently about 5th in the middle lane there in the black and red Intimidator Superspeedway Series machine. And Justin Atkinson, who currently finds himself in the 17th position, back there behind Brock Westmoreland and Sean Corbett. Team E, a.k.a. Team 5 on your timing and scoring, or Team E on your timing and scoring tonight. Nathan Rostasil, the team captain, PGR, black and white truck further towards the back. It'll be Mark Vondell with him in the gray and yellow colors that we're used to seeing on the 59. And Bobby Forbes for Hyper is on that team as well. But he is all the way back in the 27th position. Team F, as Vicente Guerrero goes right back to the race lead. Team F, a pair of teammates on that one. Kenny Stamper is the captain, the black and white machine, I believe, for Mr. Stamper on the inside of the racetrack, back about 9 rows deep on the inside. Dustin Carruthers, his teammate, who's taking the lead right now. He is also on Team F. And their teammate tonight is Landon Velicki, the brand new money racer, relatively new money racer, that is. He scored right now in the 13th position in the 62 machine on your timing and scoring. I believe he is in the middle groove of the racetrack right now. I'm looking for him as we ride through. I believe he actually might be on the bottom side. He's next to Austin Green, the College Series banner aboard that machine. And again, relatively new to money racing, but tonight tries to make an impact. Team G, a.k.a. Team 7, Matthew Baker is the captain in the 5. He's currently 4th on the outside, the red, white, and blue coasting Thunder Chevrolet. With him, Austin Green, the 87, the Embry-Riddle F-150, and Brock Westmoreland, the salmon, white, and turquoise colors aboard the 4, as we're used to tonight. He is in the 14 on timing and scoring the 4, I believe, on the side of the truck. Team H, Team 8 out of 9. Chris McCullough is the captain. He's got 2 of his teammates with him. Chris McCullough, John Mullahan, and Ron Morris Jr. make up Team H, and that should be pretty self-explanatory. Final team tonight, Team I, and it is also a pair of teammates. Matt Lee in the 04. He currently runs 3rd on the inside, the Martin Sports colors. Vicente Guerrero, the Budweiser colors, up on the outside. And then David Sheets in the 06. He's currently 4th on the bottom side of the racetrack, running right behind his teammate, right behind Matt Lee down there on the bottom. Mark Math with a problem further back. And, yeah, I know Kenny's letter is missing. That's because his name is a little bit too long in the scoring for the letter to fit on the scoring. So, for all intents and purposes, Kenny McCullough is on Team B with Richard Elliott as well as Joey Allen. I'll try to fix that if we get a second. But we got fast and furious action up here at the front. Michael Triscaro to the outside. He's got Baker with him. Justin Mills in tow as well. And again, keep an eye on the team dynamic. We'll get into payouts and the team payout a little bit later on as Triscaro thunders to the lead on the banking of turns 1 and 2. But Carruthers and Baker putting up a fight here on the outside of the racetrack. Here comes Matthew Baker. He wants to lead. He'll get it. Halfway down the Alabama Gang Super Stretch. Move the 5 to the race lead. Move Carruthers to 2nd. Power move to the bottom. Baker down to the middle. And now it's those pair of red trucks out front once again. Baker leading for his team so far, Team G. He is also one of the ones with the closest teammate here to the front of the field. The next closest, Cody Nagels and Justin Mills, who currently run a couple of trucks apart. Ron Morris, John Mullahan as well. You see John Mullahan there in the 6. Ron Morris, the 76 tonight. As per the usual. As off turn 2, it's still Guerrero and Triscaro that are double file. Kenny's going to drop out of line. He's going to start towards the back as he's having some connection issues so far tonight, so he'll drop out. Back around Mark Math. That group has actually lost the draft. Math, Rostasil, Allen, Vondell, Forbes have lost the draft. Members, that's all of Team E. Rostasil, Vondell, Forbes, Joey Allen for Team B, and Mark Math for Team D. They are actually hanging around in draft range, so we'll see if they can maintain pace with the rest of the field. We will try to get Kenny McCullough fixed here while we have a second, as the racing has calmed down relatively at the front. 40 laps on the board tonight. We'll try to get this fixed so we can accurately represent the team that Kenny is on. He should be all good now. This should pop out one more time. You should be able to see his team on the side of the truck now, as he represents Team B. Back to Fast and Furious at the front. Guerrero, Triscaro still the top 2 as they come off turn number 4. And I'll explain now that the racing has calmed down a little bit, what the format of tonight's race is. We still have a top 3 payout. It's going to scale down just slightly. First, 115. Second, 105. Third, 100. Again, 115, 105, 100 for our podium drivers in the race, regardless of team. then an additional $130 bonus to the best finishing team. I believe that is an average of the best finish of your team members. We'll have to do some quick math at the end of the race to see who wins that $130 bonus. Along with that, a $15 bonus to the driver who leads the most laps, and a $10 bonus to the driver with the least incidents. So a lot of money on the line tonight. And while the racing is calm, again, want to thank everybody for coming out. I know this was very last minute, but do want to thank you for coming out. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be covering some more money racing for you. It feels like it's been a little bit since it's just been me, since I've kind of converted to racing on Monday nights, and I'll be back on track next Monday night when the Little Guys Series returns. But good to see everybody, and do want to wish everybody a happy Memorial Day. And hope that this has been a day of reflection, as we remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice for all of us today. And we celebrate today the best way we know how. Triscaro back to the lead. On the bumper of Vicente Guerrero, it's Carruthers Baker up in the outside. They've got help coming. Cody Nagel, bottom to middle. You know he wants to be aggressive. Closest teammates to the front, Guerrero and Lee lined up 2 and 3 on the bottom. Next closest, Mullahan and Ron Morris. A little bit further back, as Ron is in line in behind the John Mullahan machine. We'll take a look back here. As Ron has a 0.5 on his truck. He's the 76 on timing and scoring. But he is in behind John Mullahan, his McCullough teammate, and his teammate tonight as well. Justin Mills, Cody Nagels holding up for Team A. Matthew Baker, the only one up here for Team G. Same with Triscaro for Team D. As well as Carruthers for Team F, although Landon Veliky continues to lurk about 6th on the outside. And this race has been now kind of settled down to be controlled by about 3 to 4 drivers. Carruthers, Triscaro, Guerrero, and a little bit of Matthew Baker as well have kind of controlled the flow of this race for the past several laps. It is a 50% fuel load, so expect a pit stop coming up here any moment. This could be in the next 3 laps or so. A 2-stop race tonight over the 40 scheduled laps. 3 green, white checkers available. No fast repair for these guys tonight. It's typical Little Guys Series rules, except it's 40 laps instead of 50. 50 laps, half fuel load, no fast repair, 3 green, whites is a Little Guys race tonight. 40, 50% fuel, no fast repair, 3 green, white checkers. So you could see pit stops here anytime between now and about lap 16 is when you'll start to see those. I believe the window is well open by now, so we'll see if anybody decides to hit pit road with a 50% fuel load. Again, the range about 14 to 16 laps aboard these Craftsman trucks tonight. And again, we'll have to keep an eye on which team has the best average finish. Right now, I believe it would be Team A. If you look over there on the left side of your screen, you'll see the results. You see Team A currently running 6th, 12th, and 13th. I believe that's the best of anybody, but don't quote me on that. It actually could be Team H as well. 8th, 9th, and 15th. Pushing hard here at the front. Again, no matter the team payout, it's still an individual payout, and it's a really good one tonight as well. For a Monday night race, only 27 trucks for a 115, 105, 100 payout. You're going to see a lot of moves get thrown late in this race. Team I making a good case for it as well. Pit stops. Guerrero, Lee, Morris are on pit road. Or excuse me, that's David Sheets. Sorry, those trucks all look the same now. Kenny McCullough, David Sheets, and Ron Morris all have a very similar paint scheme aboard their trucks tonight. So Team I makes the first pit stop. It's Matt Lee, Vicente Guerrero, David Sheets. Again, all 3 are on a de facto team tonight as one of the teams of 3, and they are the first to come to pit road on lap number 14. Carruthers, Baker, Triscaro, Nagels, Mullahan, your top 5. Then Morris, Elliott, McClendon, Mills, and Veliky. How about Landon Veliky? One of his first starts. He's inside the top 10 and has found his footing. Almost halfway into tonight's event. This is going to be a quick one, but the first pit stop going to be underway and another round coming right here. And pit road's going to be a busy place. This is the remainder of the field. Does everybody get it on clean? No, Carruthers misses the pit entrance, and that may prove costly for the driver of the 10. 4 wide back here around Kenny McCullough and Austin Green, and traffic jams trouble. Tucker McClendon around on pit road. Brock Westmoreland's going to get involved in this, and a couple of other trucks going to come to a stop as well. John Ward has problems on pit road. Now Nathan Rostasil has problems on pit road in the Hooters truck. A plethora of pit road problems here for several drivers as they hit the pit lane, notably Dustin Carruthers and Tucker McClendon. We're going to get the raw end of this pit stop cycle. Everybody else seemed to get out okay. Led up here by Baker, Nagels, Mullahan, and Ron Morris. And look at the pit stop that Nagels and Baker got. This is an incredible pit stop for these two. Now they're going to get run down, but still a great pit stop by these two trucks. And we tick over to 25 laps to go. It's going to be interesting now to see, number one, where that Team I group pans out. Here they are right here. And number two, how many guys keep the draft? Look back there at Triscaro. They're teetering on the edge of draft range here. But the checkup to pick up John Mullahan might just be enough for them to maintain a bridge and be able to draft back to the lead group. It's really razor thin close right now. I don't know. They're 1.6. It's 10 trucks at the front of the field. Oh, they're starting to break up a little bit, though. Wow, and just like that, we've gone from 27 to 10 in the lead pack because that group led by Michael Triscaro did not maintain the draft. Now, if they can get lined up, I think they'll be able to run them down with these guys up here too wide. If they can get in line, yeah, they're starting to pick up time now. So if they get in line and start to push, I think that as these guys start to lane change, that they should be able to get back in draft range. They're already creeping back into the picture. We'll keep it up front. Team I, incredible stop, and now the best spot. Richard Elliott's coming to pit road. The Team B members got a pit road penalty to serve. Tough break for Richard Elliott as he hits pit road here on lap number 17. Coming to 18 now as 23 laps remain. Cars that lost the draft as a result of this pit cycle, I'll tell you them right now. Sean Corbett, Mark Vondell, John Ward, Landon Velicki, Mark Math, Justin Atkinson, Bobby Forbes. Now Richard Elliott, Nathan Rostasil, Joey Allen, Tucker McClendon, and Dustin Carruthers, 16th on back, are effectively out of this race. To the lead goes Matthew Baker off turn number 4. He takes the lead away from David Sheets. But man, Team I's in a really good spot. Guerrero, Lee, and Sheets are 3 of these top 10 cars. Now, notably, Michael Triscaro and company, back there from 10th on back, 10th to make it 15th, have caught the draft. Well, they had caught the drafting range. I'm not sure what's going on back there now. It sounds like they were slow. And they are slow. They had to swap. Kenny Stamper may have very well lost the draft. These guys are teetering on the edge of being there. 3 wide is going to help them up in front. They're still teetering right on the edge of draft range. Big move to the outside. My goodness, David Sheets has a massive jump to the top side of the racetrack. It's Ron Morris and Chris McCullough that are coming to the outside, the pair of teammates both normally and again tonight. Their teammate, John Mullahan, is also in this group, so Team I and Team H could very well be battling for the team championship come the last pit stop. And boy, would that be interesting. 3 wide. Matthew Baker up to the outside. He goes to the safer barrier. He wants to lead. Matt Lee finds a hole in the middle, and it's Cody Nagels being pushed by the other 6 car on the racetrack. John Mullahan on the bottom, and this is allowing Michael Triscaro, Brock Westmoreland, and Nash Brambilla to get right back into this race. Oh, trouble! David Sheets gets turned. Nagels, Baker around and into the outside wall. Caution flag will fly with 21 to go, and that changes everything. So hold everything with 21 to go because a couple of contenders have big-time damage. We'll go back. We'll take another look. As Matthew Baker, Cody Nagels, and a few others got together. As they climb the banking in turn number 3. Let's see. Watch Vicente Guerrero and David Sheets in the middle. Matt Lee down across the bottom. Sheets has to reset, and I think as Vicente Guerrero gets him, I mean, look at how tight this side draft is. And Sheets, I think, gets dragged up by Chris McCullough. And Guerrero kind of drives through him a little bit. Nothing egregious there. And then Nagels collects Baker. They get into the outside wall and collect Chris McCullough. Ron Morris gets a piece of it. So too does Guerrero there. Man, how did Nagels and Mullahan not hit right there? I have no idea. See if we can find another angle where I can kind of show you what I mean here. This one might do it. So watch the 0-6. You see Matt Lee go down? You see the 0-6. We'll do it again. I caught it a little bit late. So watch Matt Lee here on the entrance of turn number 3. He's going to go down. He sees he is very much clear. And he's going to go down to allow David Sheets to cool off and also to pick up the run that the bottom line had. And when he goes down, watch David Sheets get a little bit of tunnel vision and follow him down. Following the back bumper of Matt Lee, gets into Cody Nagels, and as he bounces back up the track, right here, he's going to kind of get some net code with Chris McCullough, and that's going to push him up the racetrack. And then Guerrero, not much he can do, gets in the left rear of David Sheets, sends him sideways, and then the two most involved here are Baker and Cody Nagels. Now, not severe damage on either of them, but certainly going to take some repair, and also eliminates any time advantage they had as a result of the pit stop. Take one more look at it, and we'll head back live. We'll go from up top to the chopper camera. And again, this will give you an even better look. Watch the 0-6, second in line in the middle behind Matt Lee. Matt Lee's going to start drifting down, and right here on entry, sees that run coming. See Cody Nagels get a run, and he says, okay, I'm going to take him, and I go down. Now watch David Sheets. Kind of follows there. Actually doesn't get into Cody, but when he slingshots back up, he realizes he has to get off of the 6. By the time he gets back up, he overcorrects a little bit, and then Guerrero is already in his back bumper and turns him to his left, and then it's on from here. Cody Nagels loses the back bumper of his machine. Baker somehow keeps his. I figured when he kicked up on the wall, he would probably lose it. He gets airborne, but keeps all the parts on his truck, so that's interesting. But nonetheless, Matthew Baker able to survive without critical damage. Doesn't look like critical damage on Cody Nagels either. Matt Lee is also on pit road here for an extended stay. Not sure what the deal is on Matt Lee. We'll have to check back in on that. So we'll check back in on that later in the race. So we'll reset the field for you here with 19 laps to go, as a couple are going to die for late pit stops here. David Sheets and Mark Massa will wait a second, actually. Ron Morris, Nash Brambilla, Sean Corbett also coming to pit road. Kenny McCullough, John Ward. So a lot of guys topping off. So we'll give it a second, and then we will reset the field for you with what will be 18 laps to go. We'll go green with 17 laps to go. Right on the edge of the pit window, but we'll let those guys complete their green flag service first. All right. 1 lap to go. These guys are starting to complete their green flag service. All those guys from 15th on back, by the way, that lost the draft right there, they're back in this race. And everybody's back on the lead lap, I believe, as well. Dustin Carruthers was the only truck a lap down. He got the wave around right there coming to 1 to go, so he is also back on the lead lap. All right. We'll reset the field for you. It'll be 17 laps to go in the team draft event. It'll be John Mullahan is elected the outside for the restart. He is your race leader. It's Michael Triscaro to his inside. In second, row 2, Kenny Stamper for Team F, Austin Green for Team G. Row 3 will be Justin Atkinson in his first career start. Teammate to Michael Triscaro, so Team D starting to make a case as well. And to his outside will be Landon Velicki, another guy that's relatively new, and he's going to be right in close to a teammate as well. He's got Kenny Stamper third in this race. Their other teammate from Team F, Dustin Carruthers, just got back on the lead lap. Row 4 will be Ron Morris for Team H, John Ward for Team C. Row 5 will be Nash Brambilla for Team C, and Kenny McCullough for Team B. We'll run down the rest of the field right quick while we have a chance. Mark Mondell's 11th, Mark Math 12th, Richard Elliott 13th, Joey Allen 14th, and Sean Corbett is 15th. Bobby Forbes 16th, Justin Mills 17th, Brock Westmoreland is 18th, Vicente Guerrero is 19th, and Nathan Rostasil is 20th. Then you got Matt Lee, David Sheets, Chris McCullough, Tucker McClendon, and Dustin Carruthers making up your top 25. Cody Nagels, Matthew Baker, the last two trucks on the speedway. It's going to get dicey now. We're just outside the pit window. Can some guys maybe save enough, running about 14th on back, to be able to make it the rest of the scheduled 40-lap distance? Mullahan and Triscaro bring the field back into the tri-oval for another restart. Into the Geico restart zone comes the field. Green flag is back in the air, and away we go towards turn number 1. Mullahan, good push on the outside from former McCullough teammate Austin Green tonight. Not really a teammate. And Landon Velicki is there as well. Inside rolling good too, though, as Kenny Stamper gives Michael Triscaro a push, and Justin Atkinson is in tow. Off the Alabama Gang super stretch. Everybody else single file trying to sort it out further back. It allows the leaders some breathing room here down the back straightaway. Matt Lee joins the fray. Here comes Chris McCullough, Ron Morris as well, John Ward further back, so too Nash Brambilla and Kenny McCullough. Wow, this field's way spread out up here. Velicki dives in. Austin Green dives in. Mullahan will dive in, and now single file racing. Mark Math is coming to pit road, the 199, a pit road penalty. His race may very well be over if this race stays green. He's on the pit road, and two other trucks. One has lost the draft. That is Matthew Baker. And John Ward has called it a night. Some kind of technical issue, I believe, on the John Ward machine. We'll update you on that in a minute. Up front, it's Michael Triscaro. Man, how much would he love to win this race? The 34 has been waiting for it for a long time. Can Michael Triscaro get the win? Here comes the rookie, Justin Atkinson. He's got a push from Kenny Stamper. Outside, all the way up against the safer barrier, it's Richard Elliott. In tow with him, he's got Joey Allen, his teammate for Team B tonight, and Justin Mills, the captain of Team A. Elliott to the point. He'll drop down. His teammates will not. Richard Elliott will lead the race. 15 laps to go from Talladega. It's Elliott versus Triscaro versus Joey Allen at the front. Triscaro will roll the bottom. He has better help down there in Kenny Stamper, a formidable pusher. Justin Atkinson, the rookie's bouncing around a little bit in the middle. It allows Triscaro to get clear again of the middle lane. Triscaro, Stamper, Velicki on the bottom. It's Elliott, Atkinson, and then I believe Ron Morris in the middle. It's Joey Allen, Justin Mills still harboring the top side. Ron now goes middle to top as Nash Brambilla takes his spot in the middle lane. Again, we do not anticipate that these guys are good on fuel, but they are certainly not racing like they care right now. Oh, a blink right there, a big blink, I believe, from Chris McCullough in the 0-4. Justin Mills bails on the top lane. Joey Allen's going to bail as well. They're going to split 4 wide momentarily. Austin Green back in line, still 4 wide. Chris McCullough goes by, now back to 3. Almost trouble in the back around John Ward, I believe that was, or maybe Bobby Forbes, excuse me. It was back around Bobby Forbes. They got really loose back there on him and Cody Nagels. Best team in the running right now is probably still Team H. 8th, 10th, and 11th right now for them. It certainly looks like it's them. Again, Team I making a push forward as well, though. Richard Elliott back to the lead. They're going to split him. Atkinson goes to his outside, leaning on the right side door. Oh, almost trouble at the front of the field. Elliott's loose, so is Triscaro. Does everybody get out unscathed? Wow, I don't know how we got away with that one. That was really close. Justin Mills almost sent Richard Elliott down into the field right there, and everybody kept it going. Top side now, it's Atkinson, and he's got help coming with him. Justin Atkinson in the 613. He's got Nash Brambilla. He's got Austin Green, and one other truck just jumped out there. That would be, I believe, Ron Morris. Bottom side goes Elliott. Mills will lead the middle. He's got help from John Mullahan. Team D making a statement now as well. Triscaro Atkinson running at the front. Mark Math, though, their teammates dragging their team result down a little bit with that pit road penalty. Oh, trouble! Justin Mills gets sideways. Elliott was trying to block, maybe got a push. 4 wide as Atkinson looks topside. He settles back in the line, and Elliott continues to lead the race. Fast and furious at the front. 12 laps to go at Talladega. And again, we get to calm down for a second, man. A few close calls in the last few laps. And again, a pit stop is likely, from what I understand. I mean, 50%, you can really only get about 16 laps out of it. And we went back green with 17 to go. You'd really have to hyper save if you want to make it to the end of this race. I don't think anybody can. I mean, if that's the case, we're going to be pitting with basically 2 laps to go. Elliott, strong surge on the bottom. He'll go back to the race lead. It's Mullahan drawing the outside line in a short pit attempt. But it's just Kenny McCullough, and he'll be the only one to come to pit road to... Wow, that's a tough break for Kenny. So another guy whose race potentially could be over here with 11 laps to go if it stays green. John Mullahan, how about that surge to the outside? The McCullough team looking very strong. First, second, 8th on the speedway as they're scored. And they are in the, by far, the best position. Oh, excuse me. Team F's making a run. Carruthers, Stamper, and Velicky are all back up towards the front of the field and trying to continue to make their way forward. Carruthers, though, now to the outside wall. He'll wait on the help of Austin Green and company. They actually may split him 4 wide here in 3. They will attempt, but almost trouble back there on Austin Green and Tucker McClendon. Those guys are way slow now up against the outside wall. They got to get it going. They'll keep the draft. And it's now up front. Chris McCullough to the lead, but not for long. Cody Nagels in the 6th. He's going to surge to the outside. He wants to lead. 10 laps to go at Talladega. Great racing up front. Team H still looking very good now. Extremely good. 1, 3, 4 for Team H. This is exactly what the McCullough boys want, is for this race to finish exactly as it is right now, but some strong competition coming from behind them. And still, again, potentially a pit stop still to go. You saw Kenny McCullough dive out already. Who will be the next to do it? Will anybody else short pit? Do they split this run in half? Do they run it all the way out? If you run it all the way out, you're going to be pretty much perfect to win this race on that last pit stop if it's with 2 laps to go. Off turn number 4. Another taker on pit road. This time it's Carruthers, and again he's by himself. McCullough, Nagels, drag race. Mullahan and Morris are the pushers. Then Corbett Atkinson on the outside. Triscaro, Kenny Stamper, Justin Mills on the inside with some company coming to the outside lane. Forbes, Green, Brambilla. Forbes takes it out wide. Up to the safer barriers. McCullough blocks Cody Nagels. Stack up in the middle, back around Sean Corbett. And the outside's starting to roll. They got momentum once again. Does Cody Nagels jump out? He's leaning. He wants to. He wants to take it, but he's not going to have time there at his right elbow already in 3. Bobby Forbes, Austin Green, and Ash Brambilla, a spirited run to the front. But are they flamed out? Can they still keep their run going? 3 by 3. 3 rows deep with 9 to go. Going to be 4 rows deep. Here comes the Michigan Wolverines truck of Mark Vondell to the outside. Big surge up top. Green sends Forbes all the way to the point. He'll go top to middle in front of Nagels. He may go all the way bottom by the time they get to the banking in 1. Oh, big shove there from Nagels. They keep it all together. Some tough breaks further back in the field. Remember, John Ward, the technical issue has ended his night on lap number 24. Mark Math is already a lap down, looking to go 2. Nathan Rostasil as well in the 3. He's gone a lap down. Next 3 to go, a lap down to be Matthew Baker, who couldn't keep up on the restart. Kenny McCullough and Dustin Carruthers, who both pitted under green, effectively ended their night. The other 21 trucks are in this lead draft, battling for the race win. Quick dive to pit road. It's Team I. Sheets, Lee, Guerrero. They're doing the same thing. They short pit here. With 8 laps to go. 4 wide. Austin Green sends Bobby Forbes to the sucker hole in the 3rd lane. Green, Brambilla, and Vondell will split all the way up to the wall. It's 4 wide at Talladega. Forbes, Vondell, they're bouncing off each other. And luckily, they settle it back out to 3 wide racing. This is incredible stuff. McCullough, Nagels continue to battle for the lead. Again, Team H in a really great spot if the race were to end like this. They would potentially get 2 money spots and the $130 team bonus That would be an incredible payday for the McCullough teammates who happen to end up on the same group tonight as well. Outside green, Brambilla Vondell. Team C trying to leak into the picture here. The problem is John Ward had the technical issue. Big pit stops here. Richard Elliott Atkinson, Triscaro, Stamper, Velicki, Westmoreland, and Joey Allen come to pit road, and Atkinson's off to his left. He keeps it together, though. And now we wait on this last group. Nagels dives quickly into the line. These 4 trucks on the outside, I believe, are going to have to follow suit. They're going to have to find somewhere in line to get down. This is all of Team H. 1 driver for Team G. A couple drivers for Team C, Brambilla and Corbett. A couple drivers for Team E, Forbes and Vondell. And all of Team A, Nagels, Mills, and Tucker McClendon. They're still on the racetrack and still have to pit, although Mills and McClendon are going to have to kind of get a move on here and get back to the lead group by the time they all come to pit road. Do we see it right here? You usually see a response if everybody can get down and get onto the pit lane, and here they come. It's mostly everybody. A couple cars going to stay out. We'll keep it here, make sure everybody gets in clean. Oh, Ron Morris, he looked awfully quick. We'll have to wait and see on Ron Morris. Bobby Forbes and Mark Vondell have stayed on the speedway with 5 laps to go. Now the question will be, how quickly can this group get formed up? Will they have any shot? Here comes the Team I group led by Vicente Guerrero. Do they have any chance of keeping ground with the Cody Nagels group? Here they come. They're starting to roll off the pit lane, but they're going to be separated a little bit. 4 wide back around Austin Green, and Nagels gets out with a huge lead. John Mullahan gets loose. He slides to his left. Watch out for that group. It's Guerrero, Lee Sheets leading the way. It's going to be awfully close. They got to pedal it. Here comes the lead group. Here comes that lead group that got out of pit road. It was a good stop, but not good enough to blend, and this is going to get really interesting. Matt Lee goes for a spin. He's going to clobber the inside wall, and Matt Lee's day is done. Without a caution, Matt Lee's day is over with contact from Michael Triscaro. 3 wide back around Guerrero and Westmoreland. They got to stay off of each other. And so here we go. We'll reset it for you, or we'll try to anyway. It'll be likely 16 left to settle. 15. McClendon's coming to pit road. It'll be 15 trucks left to settle it. It'll be actually 13 trucks left to settle it. Forbes and Vondell are down and out as well. The best team in terms of their shape now in this race is going to be... Wow, I don't actually know. Ron Morris received a penalty under that last round of pit stops. And I'm not seeing a team who has all 3 guys up here in the lead group. Team H doesn't anymore. Neither does Team I. Neither does Team D. Neither does Team G. All those guys have 2 cars up here, but not 3. So it's going to come down to the best, basically the best finish of 2 drivers here. Or whatever happens behind these guys. Notably, the 2 Team E drivers, well, they don't have one in the lead group. 3 laps to go. We'll cover the team stuff at the end. Now it's down to the race for the payouts. Nagels inside, Sheets outside. Pushers are Austin Green and Michael Triscaro. Green gets turned. Austin Green around. Now they're going to scramble on the back straightaway for the third to last time. Westmoreland comes back up. They almost make more contact. Austin Green's going to lose the draft most likely in the 87. Triscaro looks bottom. David Sheets throws a block. He throws another one. David Sheets, how in the world are they still racing? Sheets makes another save. Richard Elliott up against the safer barrier. He's got the race lead, and who's pushing him but Vicente Guerrero, the Budweiser truck, up the outside. Elliott now down to the middle. Nagels on the bottom. 2 laps to go. Can they survive? 2.66 miles. Trouble. Sheets around. Brambilla's involved, and this one's going to be the big one headed for turn 1. They slide and slam sideways. Sheets, Mullahan, Brambilla, Westmoreland, Triscaro, Mills, and others. Boy, I knew this was bound to happen. The way they were racing the last couple laps. Oh, you see it right there. Watch that middle lane with Elliott, Sheets, and Triscaro. Elliott's trying to square up and just can't. By the time Sheets and Triscaro get there, they got a huge run. It's a double offset push. Sheets comes back up off of the 0-4 McCullough and collects Westmoreland, Brambilla, Triscaro. There's Mullahan. Landon Velicki is involved. Justin Mills is involved. Michael Triscaro. Nash Brambilla. And then come the guys coming on from behind this group. Nathan Rostasil trying to get on the lead lap again. Austin Green had just had that problem with 2 to go. Tell you who that caution helps. Ron Morris, Tucker McClendon, Matthew Baker, and potentially I believe Mark Math might get the lucky dog here. As Matt Lee, he was multiple laps down already in the 26th position. Here you're going to see that double offset push right there. And watch as the 0-6 comes back up. And again, once he comes back up, there's nothing Michael Triscaro can do. He's along for the ride. So too are Brambilla, Mills, and Westmoreland. As Velicki tries to go to his left to avoid, he collects Mullahan. Justin Atkinson's involved as well in the 613. Velicki might be okay. He doesn't hit a ton. And Mills actually helps him kind of part the seas there a little bit. So he might be all right. We'll go to a couple, try to get to a couple onboards. Let's actually get one with Landon Velicki. Let's see. Yeah, some light contact with Mullahan, some light contact with Mills. But then he kind of parts the seas. So, I mean, he might be all right. Try to get one with somebody, well, I was going to try to get one with somebody that was behind this wreck. See if we can see anything off the front of Austin Green's machine here. Looking from Austin Green, the 87. And a melee. You hear him get way out of the gas, kind of wait for it to part. Have to make a couple evasive maneuvers, and actually, oh wow, does collect the outside wall. A lot of resetting to do under this caution. Multiple trucks are out of this race as a result of that incident there on the end of the trial. Will come into 2 laps to go. We'll reset the field that is still running for you in a moment. I can tell you, John Ward's still out of the race. I believe Matt Lee has called it a night as well. He's still sitting on pit road. John Mullahan is multiple laps down in the 25th position, as is David Sheets in 24th. Actually, John Mullahan has called it a night now in the 6. He has called it an evening. David Sheets still sits on pit road. Nathan Rostasil is 2 laps down, as is Michael Triscaro. Nash Brambilla, I believe, is still 1 lap down, hanging on to the end of the lead lap, perhaps. Yep. So he actually is hanging on to the end of the lead lap. But Rostasil is 1 lap down. Triscaro and Sheets are 2, and the other 3 trucks, Mullahan, Lee, Ward, presumed to be out of the race. Let's reset who's still on track, because we got a good one coming up for you on this potentially final restart. Green white checkered attempt number 1. Vicente Guerrero is your race leader. Richard Elliott will be to his outside in the 2nd spot. It'll be Cody Nagels on the inside of row 2 with Chris McCullough to his outside. Row 3, Landon Velicki continuing his storybook run. He's 5th. And Mark Vondell, he is in position number 6. It is Kenny McCullough in 7th and Dustin Carruthers back there in 8th. And rounding out the top 10, Sean Corbett and Ron Morris. The other cars left on the lead lap as they are scored right now. And it will be Austin Green 11th, Kenny Stamper in 12th, Tucker McClendon 13th, Joey Allen 14th, Justin Atkinson 15th, Bobby Forbes 16th, Mark Matz 17th, Brock Westmoreland 18th, Justin Mills 19th, Matthew Baker 20th, and Nash Brambilla in 21st. That's how they will line up for our first of three green-white checkered attempts. Remember, 3 attempts available. The first 2, if a caution comes out, if an incident occurs at any point in this first lap that is deemed caution worthy, a caution will be thrown. We will re-rack the field, and we will try it again. On the 3rd attempt, it is going to be up to the discretion of race control as to whether or not a caution is thrown. If a caution is thrown on the 3rd and final green-white checkered attempt, the race is over, and the moment of caution will determine our race winner. Here we go. Vicente Guerrero looking to cap off a great effort for him and his team. Unfortunately, Matt Lee catching up with some bad luck towards the end of this one. So too did David Sheets, but Vicente Guerrero trying to bring it back for Team I. And from there on back, let the games begin. Into the Geico restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. Green-white checkered attempt number 1. And it's advantage Guerrero, and let me tell you why. That's because his teammate is with him on the inside, a guy he knows very well. It's Cody Nagels on the back bumper of the 14, and they are really powering to the lead here in 1 and 2. Outside going to have to get it rolling. They do now start to surge. Elliott, McCullough, Vondell in line. Down the Alabama gang super stretch for the penultimate time. Elliott trying to clear down. Guerrero slams the door shut in his face. Guerrero back to the inside. Nagels helps that line surge, and Landon Velicki is 3rd in line on the inside. They start to weave. Cody Nagels is loose. We're going to pile him up big at the front. Who gets through this? Carruthers around, Nagels around, Velicki, Elliott, and others, and the caution flag is out again. Well, I wondered if they would make it all the way back. And they did not. So it starts up on the outside. Watch Chris McCullough in the 0-4. To get help from Vondell here. No, they're sliding across each other's bumpers trying to push. McCullough gets down the track, then comes back up, hooks Richard Elliott. They collect Cody Nagels. There's Velicki. He's going to get involved in this one pretty big. Not going to escape this one. Kenny McCullough T-bones the 0-2. Ron Morris is in it as well. So too is Dustin Carruthers. Man, big hit for Carruthers and Velicki right there. Nagels somehow saves that truck. I have no idea how. Austin Green, Mark Math get together further back. Really, everybody else kind of escaped unscathed. Richard Elliott, Landon Velicki, Dustin Carruthers, Kenny McCullough, really the only 4 with significant damage here. That's not really going to help us. Let's see who gets significant damage here. Nagels, I don't know how much that hit the right front did. That's a pretty significant amount of contact. Kenny McCullough. There's the big hit for Carruthers and Velicki. Mark Math, Nathan Rossel, Austin Green, Tucker McClendon involved at the tail end of this. Ron Morris, I think, is okay. Just a couple of taps. Kenny Stamper should be okay as well. So really, I thought this was going to be a much bigger incident than it actually was. We're going to go again another couple onboards here. And we're going to start with, I think, the one we all want to see, and that is the driver of the 6. Watch this hand work in the car. Wow, how did Cody Nagels keep that one straight? Go back as well. Get a look from Kenny Stamper. You're looking on board for the boss man at KSR, Kenny Stamper. Wow, let the seas part in front of him and got on through it. One more on board. We'll go to Sean Corbett in the 45 for BAR. Man, a little hit there on Ron Morris. Did he miss everybody else? He does. All right, we'll re-rack the field again for you. And again, we're going to have guys with significant damage. We'll keep an eye on that. Mark Vondell sitting in his pit box. Several others as well sitting in their pit boxes. Dustin Carruthers stayed on the racetrack after that big hit with Landon Veliky. I'm not sure how well this 10 is going to be rolling on this restart, but he's certainly going to give it a go. And I think they would be the best team as of right now, running 1-2, with Veliky sitting on pit road in 17th. I'm looking for other teams here. Team A starting to get back into it. Cody Nagel's starting to lose some spots. McClendon is up front. Team H, Chris McCullough, Ron Morris, 10th and 11th. Mullahan, though, out of the race. Mark Math is 6th for Team D. He's got his teammate Justin Atkinson in 14th. But again, the problem is their teammate is Michael Triscaro, multiple laps down. Team F, I think, may be in the best spot of anybody here. I'm looking down. Team B, maybe. Joey Allen currently running 3rd. Kenny McCullough in 12th. Richard Elliott 17th is the biggest challenge right now to Team F. Austin Green, Brock Westerland, Matthew Baker. Currently 4th, 16th, 18th. They're going to be in this very much as well. McClendon, Mills, Nagels are all still on the racetrack for Team A as well. Joey Allen, Kenny McCullough, Richard Elliott is Team B. They are 3rd, 12th, and 17th as they run. So they may be in the running for this as well. Effectively, if you don't have 3 drivers left on the lead lap at this point, you're effectively out. That would eliminate, hypothetically, teams E, D, I, H, and C. Hypothetically. Team I, all but eliminated anyway, although obviously as David Sheets, Matt Lee are many laps down. So the questions for this restart include, number 1, which of the teams of 3 will be able to find each other and make up the most ground? And number 2, how much remaining horsepower is left underneath the KSR Weiser number 10 of Dustin Carruthers, because he took a nasty hit in that wreck and has stayed out to lead the race, and he's got his team owner to his right. And his team owner, or his team captain in tonight's team draft as well. Kenny Stamper, Dustin Carruthers ended up on the same team, and they now lead the race as well. Attempt number 2 at a green-white checkered finish. Who's going to win the race? Who's going to win the team draft championship? Through the tri-oval. Green flag will go in the air. Dustin Carruthers and Kenny Stamper will lead the field. Back to the banking in 1. Trouble out the back. Nash Brambilla gets turned. No caution. As Brambilla goes for a slide, and now Team C is effectively eliminated as well. Kenny Stamper clears his teammate, but Dustin Carruthers seems to not be making a ton of horsepower on the inside. The outside surging big time. Cody Nagels, look back through the middle. Nagels and Mills have found themselves a gap. Oh, man, Carruthers gets bullied off the track by ground trouble. Big wreck around in the back. David Sheets, Justin Atkinson, Matthew Baker, Joey Allen. Caution flag again. The roar of attrition continues. It was back here around the Justin Atkinson machine that this one got started. What happens here? So it's behind the leaders again. Oh, it's a stack up that starts with Carruthers and Guerrero. Allen, McClendon get turned up into David Sheets. Or excuse me, Ron Morris. Kenny McCullough collected. Matthew Baker collected. Cody Nagels, again, somehow escapes fate. Not sure how. That truck's almost on two wheels as he turns back to the right to miss the safer barrier. And Joey Allen against the outside wall. Take another look at it. This, again, started with the stack up. Back around Vicente Guerrero. See up there, Vicente Guerrero and Dustin Carruthers. We'll go to another angle here. Watch up ahead of these guys here in the back. I know I've got it focused on Joey Allen, Tucker McClendon, and Justin Atkinson. Watch right here. There's contact right there. I'm actually trying to find a little bit better angle here. And now watch as the stack up starts in front of him. You see Allen, McClendon, and McCullough come together. Ron Morris, nothing he could do there except get turned kind of out of the blue, looking out the windshield. Justin Atkinson as well. Chris McCullough, does he get involved in this? He's awfully close to it. There's Matthew Baker getting involved. Man, who was that truck? I can't even tell which truck that was. It narrowly missed Matthew Baker. I mean, that had to have been 6 inches. We're going to more onboards. I got to figure out what truck that is. We'll go on board with Cody Nagels first because, again, this guy might want to thank the horseshoe after the race, if you know what I'm getting at. Let's just have a look here. Watch this from Cody Nagels. I don't know how he continues to do this. Oh, he's the one that got into Matthew Baker. Oh, interesting. He still does miss the wreck, but he's the one that got Matthew Baker out of shape. Now, I'm trying to figure out which car that was that basically drove right through the wreck. I cannot for the life of me figure out who that was. It's a red, white, and blue truck. Was it Richard Elliott? Let's see. Yep, it was the 02 Richard Elliott. So, another caution flag. As green, white, checkered attempt number 3. That's the first time I've said that in a while. And we got some guys in the chat that are either going to lose sleep for work tomorrow, as am I, or are continuing to do work right now and trying to get us to hurry it up. And tell the drivers that, not me. As we get ready for one to go, real quickly, want to bring in one of the drivers from this race. Give me just a second to make sure the audio is all good here. Unfortunately, I feel like I've said this a lot over the past few weeks. The luck didn't go his way tonight, and that is Michael Triscaro. Mike, not the night you wanted here in the team draft event. I know you didn't want to be up here with me before the checkered flag.
No, I didn't, man. But here I am, per usual. Just, I don't know what else to do, man. I've kind of told myself I was going to start wrestling. Now I'm thinking wrestling because I'm a wrestling coach. I do want to wrestle some of these guys, to be honest, in real life, because it's just getting old, man. I bust my butt and run hard and being overly aggressive now because that's what the top drivers do, and that's how these guys win, and put myself in the best shot to win these things, and just, you know, aggressive blocking when they don't have a spot. I just don't get it, man.
Well, it's been the story of the last, probably 8 months or so now since, well, actually it's been longer than that. Almost 10 months now that we've had this new Truck Series drafting model, and that encourages this style of racing, so that's what we've continued to do. We're going to re-rack the field. I wouldn't even know where to start on the picks here because the field's been shaken up so many times. Front row is Austin Green and Dustin Carruthers. Again, you saw how well Carruthers went, or excuse me, how well he did not go on that last restart. So he'll be outside of Austin Green here. Row 2, Guerrero and Chris McCullough. Row 3 is going to be Kenny McCullough and Cody Nagels, with row 4 being, I believe, Mark Mass somewhere up here as well. He's on the apron right now.
Yeah, he's getting an EOL right now.
Okay, so Mark Matt's getting the EOL. So row 4 will indeed be Sean Corbett, Matthew Baker, with row 5 being Ron Morris and Justin Mills. The remainder of the cars that are out on the speedway on the lead lap are the following: Bobby Forbes, Richard Elliott, Kenny Stamper, Joey Allen, Nash Brambilla, Mark Math, Tucker McClendon, Justin Atkinson, Brock Westmoreland, and Landon Velicki, rounding out the lead lap trucks. The best team in terms of positioning now, I'm going to say, is probably, might still be Team F. It could also be Team A. Nagels, Mills, and McClendon are all still up here as well. Team D, potentially, or excuse me, not Team D. There was one other, Team B. as well. Still has a pretty good shot at this. Mike, before we go green real quick, who's your pick to win? Because I have no idea who to pick anymore.
Yeah, with how this race is going, I have no idea. I'm going to go with Chalk up here in the front. Austin Green, man, he's gotten it done plenty of times before on a super speedway. Give the old broadcaster the victory here tonight. Let's see it.
Well, I have no idea who I'm going to pick because everybody I've thought about picking has wrecked in this race. I'll say Vicente Guerrero hesitantly as he runs third in this race. It'll be lead pusher, and Dustin Carruthers, I don't know if he's going to go right here. Green flag coming back out. Third attempt at overtime. If a caution comes out, this race is over. And this time, Carruthers gets going in the 10. Now, can he stay up to speed? He'll lead up the banking in 1, but will he stay up to speed? Remember, last restart, we saw him stay up to speed until they got to about 4th gear, and once they hit 4th gear, the 10 slowed up the line behind him. The problem is, look at the guys behind him. They're not going to wait. McCullough, Nagels, Baker, that's certainly not a crowd to wait around. Onto the super stretch. Carruthers, though, he seems to be pretty okay in the 10 truck side by side down the Alabama Gang super stretch.
Yeah, Carruthers to the point right now, being pushed by Chris McCall. That as they are clear, Chris is going to go down. So
oh, no!
There goes Carruthers. He gets spun.
Oh, but now it's going to be really interesting.
Caution's
they wreck
out.
more. The
they got raced
caution's
to the
out.
line. It looks like Cody Neagles.
The caution's out. And then they're all wrecking behind him. So I think even I was going to say, I think even if this had stayed green, it wouldn't have mattered. Well, moment of caution is going to be real interesting now. So we'll hold off here. Cody Nagels will take the white flag as the leader. So hold off, because technically when the caution flag came out, I think Carruthers may have been in front of him still, but being involved in the wreck, we'll have to see how iRacing scores this. Well, let's hold it for a second as Nagels will catch the pace car here, we assume, on the backstretch.
Well, I got it right here. So as soon as it went to caution, and we don't know what the rules are going to be, but as soon as the yellow went, the 6 was in the lead, the 5 was in second, the 05 of Joshua who's in the 05 here tonight?
It's Ron Morris tonight. It's a 76 on timing and scoring, but he's in the 05 on the track.
Yeah, so, Baker was in second, Morris was in third, Green was in 4th, and then 5th would be like, you're going to have to split hairs on 5th here.
Let's see. These guys are cycling back forward. Let's see where they all end up. Here comes Carruthers. Where's he going to cycle out? And he's going to be on the podium. He's cycled way up here to the front.
Yeah, if you look at in real time when that yellow came out, he was neck and neck with Christopher McCall underneath the apron. It looks like they were ahead of the 5 of it looks like maybe Bobby Forbes. So it's going to be between Carruthers and Chris McCall, I think, here for the 5th position.
Well, the 3 trucks that are crossing the line, 1, 2, 3, the checkered flag will wave. We're going to have to go get some confirmation, so you have to bear with us. But we'll go back and show you the moment of caution. And, man, they are seriously jockeying for some scoring back there around those guys mid-pack. So we're going to have to go back and jockey. Cody Nagels wins. I think that's all but certain at this point, as the 6 is able to escape the last lap wreck. From there on back, I really have no idea. So let's go back. Let's take a look at the moment of caution. Then we will try to go get some confirmation from race control as to what the official final top 3 is for tonight. And, I mean, the team results are going to be way hard to get. So let's see. So you're going to want to watch the caution lights that are on the wall. And I have no idea if we're going to be able to cue this up because I can't really. Okay, there's still, you see the caution light there just above Carruthers' truck up on the safer barrier up there on the up on the catch fencing. Still green, still green, still green. Well, we got to find a different camera angle. See if we can find one that has us with a caution light. We may not have one that has a caution light. Let's see if we can find one real quick.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, I'm looking.
I think
the caution's out. Yeah, so hang on. Let's.
Yeah.
We're going to a chase camera. Watch. You see that light up there in the top of your screen? Bang! Caution flag right here. Okay, so here's the official ending of the race. At least I would presume, although this is not how they crossed the line. At the moment of caution, the top 3 on the racetrack are Nagels, Baker, and Ron Morris. Now, here's the problem. They were not able to regain their spot. Or, excuse me. Yeah, Ron Morris. I mean, Austin Green's right there, and there's a couple guys on the apron as well. You can clearly see in this shot, you see those guys are not up with the 05. So The top 3 at the moment of caution, Nagels, Baker, and Morris. The top 3 at the line, Nagels, Carruthers, and Mills. And this is also going to impact the team results because if the race finishes as it was at the moment of caution, then Team G, I believe, might have just very well won because Matthew Baker would be second, Austin Green would be fourth, and where would Brock Westmoreland be? He's at the tail end, so maybe not. Oh, man. I believe Michael Triscaro has gone to get some confirmation here from race control as to what the finishing order is. You are looking at the moment of caution. Again, our understanding is that it's the moment of caution. But again, we're not 100% sure until we get some confirmation from race control.
I just got a word with John Ward. Looks like we're going to go off iRacing. So what you see there on the scoring, Dawson, looks like is what they're going to go by here tonight.
So we're going off the checkered flag results then.
That's what he says.
Okay,
so we'll have to see
go
how
look at this again.
Race unfolds.
So we're going to go to the checkered flag. We're going to show you the moment that Cody Nagels crosses the line to end the race, and then we will start to pick apart these results because I guarantee the scoring, and I'll show you what I mean in a second, is not going to be accurate because look at the grouping behind. I've never seen guys fan out 3 wide. All right, here's the moment that Cody Nagels crosses the start-finish line to end tonight's race. Okay, so now let's kind of work our way back and just figure out who finishes where, and we'll be able to pick this one apart. So, I mean, they're going to come across, and we're going to go off the order they come across the line. So, Nagels, Carruthers, Mills, your top 3. Westmoreland finishes 4th. Then it's Austin Green, Bobby Forbes, and Kenny Stamper. That's through 7th. Let's go back here. Richard Elliott, 8th. Justin Atkinson looks to be 9th. And then from there, it's Chris McCullough that finishes in the 10th position. And then kind of from there, it gets a little bit interesting because when I look at some of these guys, they're dead side by side. And the reason this matters so much is because the team payout's on the line here. So so the top 3 are confirmed. Cody Nagels has won the race. That is official. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No change. Cody Nagels, no matter what, he was in front at the time of caution. He would have won the race regardless. Dustin Carruthers, Justin Mills are your podium drivers. That is, again, done. That is all done, all over with. That is all solved. From there, it's now going to be up to who won the team championship. And, man, it is razor thin. We're going to have to do some math while we're waiting on interviews. So we're going to try to get as accurate of results as we can. All right. We're going to go back live. These guys are sitting on the front stretch. Okay. I'm going to go with what my results say. These are my timing and scoring of tonight's official results as scored on my end. And, well, we're going to find out very shortly if they're right or not. Cody Nagels is the winner no matter what. That is over. It is done with at the moment of caution and at the checkered flag. Cody Nagels was leading, so he gets the win here in tonight's race. It is Dustin Carruthers that is scored second, and it is Austin Green on my results that is scored third. Now, on my scoring, it was Justin Mills, but on my results, you see him right here on the screen, it's Austin Green. So, again, we're going to have to this is going to be a big mess. We're going to have to ask you to bear with us because this is a huge mess with a wreck happening with 2 to go. Man, this is all over the place from where mine was. For example, Tucker McClendon scored 13th at the line. He is 10th on the results. So they are completely different. Oh, boy. Well, Nagels, Carruthers, top 2 is for sure. That's done. They were the first 2 across the line. The thing is, Justin Mills was 3rd across the line. And they're not scoring him 3rd. They're scoring him down in the 16th position, 32 seconds behind the leader. So I'm not too terribly sure because Justin Mills, we watched him. We'll go back to the checkered flag real quick. So we go back to the checkered flag. We're going to do it the old-fashioned way. This is how we're going to do your race results. We're going to do it as they cross the line. Nagels, Carruthers, Mills are your top 3. This is as they cross the line to finish tonight's race. Westmoreland 4th, Green 5th, Forbes 6th, Stamper 7th, Elliott 8th, Atkinson 9th, McCullough 10th, Brambilla 11th, Guerrero 12th, McClendon 13th. I believe Baker might have been 14th. No, he was not. Well, yes, he was 14th because Rossissel's on the lead lap. Then Morris, Kenny McCullough, Sean Corbett 17th, Joey Allen 18th, Landon Velicki 19th, Mark Math 20th. Those are the last of the cars on the lead lap. So everybody after that was already scored where they finished tonight's race. So at the end of the day, Cody Nagels is your winner. That is official. There's no debate there. And we are going to attempt to go find your top 3 for interviews. Stick with us, and we'll also sort out any potential race control things, and we'll let you know the team winner when we come back here from Talladega. Stay with us here on PGR eSports. Back live at Talladega after what was a chaotic finish to tonight's race, but we know at least that we're going to get to hear from the top 2. I'm not going to get to hear from Austin Green tonight. He took off after tonight's race. But we do get to hear from second place, and it is Dustin Carruthers. Dustin, it's Dawson in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
I mean, I don't even know where to start. We're out of words up here. Just that final sequence, obviously we see you miss the wreck. Then it's kind of the question of, okay, are we going off moment of caution? Are we going off checkered flag? You're scored second, and that's all that matters, and you're about the only one that scored right on the results besides Cody. So take me through what was a really chaotic last sequence.
Yeah, I mean, me and Kenny were up there, and he felt like he didn't have enough fuel to finish. I was really close myself. I was kind of praying for a caution at the end. Chris, he was behind me on that restart, and he went to drop down, and I went with him and jammed us all up, and chaos ensued after that. The caution came out, and it kept telling me to pass cars, and that's what I did, and shook out to second.
Well, a stroke of luck, I guess, would be the best way to put it, considering you're able to miss a wreck that took out basically every truck on the racetrack. Look, not our normal Monday night activities, obviously, taking a little bit of a break from Mondays. Can you take some of this luck? Can you take some of this, some of this result, translate it to once we go back to points racing next week?
I'm hoping so. It seems like something bad happens to me at the end of all these things, and I have strong race and stay up front most of the time in that little guy series. And, whether it's fuel shortage or end of race shenanigans, something seems to always get me. But I've cashed the last 3 races I entered, so hopefully I can carry this momentum forward.
We look forward to get back to points racing in the little guy series next Monday night. Before we let you go and celebrate after a chaotic one here at Talladega, is there anybody you'd like to thank or shout out?
Yeah, my team, my normal team, KSR, Kenny Stamper, he was running with me tonight. Trev and all those guys that race with us every night and, keep us tip-top shape. Landon, he hangs out with us a lot in KSR, and, he was in here with us tonight on this team race, and, he did a really good job, and we're grateful he was there. And that's about it.
Well, thanks for talking to me for a second. Thanks for bearing with us as we got the scoring sorted out as well. Go celebrate, go enjoy this wild one here tonight. We will talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dawson.
Dustin Carruthers in the 10. We'll move to our interview here in a second. And again, you're going to have to bear with me. We'll have to take a quick break. We'll go grab your winner, Cody Nagels. We'll be right back. Stick with us. It'll be a 10-second break. Back live again from Talladega. We'll go now to the man of the hour, the man who somehow made it through this last lap melee and wins again tonight, Cody Nagels. Cody, it's Dawson the Booth. You got a copy?
Oh, yeah.
Well, first off, I asked Dustin to kind of take me through it because he had to come through the wreck. You kind of were in front of it already. You look in your mirror and the whole field's gone and the caution flag's out. What was going through your mind?
Boy, first off, what a run that middle lane had. I think we were connected 5 deep, if I'm not mistaken. I thought the bottom was going to roll, and all of a sudden, Austin and Vince were parachuting straight back and had absolutely no run, and we cleared 4 deep. And I wanted to go opposite of Chris because me and Baker were connected, so I was like, well, if whatever they do, I'm just going to do the opposite of. And I ended up committing to go down, and Chris made a great move and was able to telegraph it. But then it looked like Dustin made a late block, and at that point, I'm trying to turn the truck up the track to avoid it, as is Baker, and then I don't know, just looked like at that point it was a crapshoot as to where everyone finished. But, man, I don't know. The truck was a trooper tonight. Had probably 4 minutes plus total of damage. Never a meatball, but I had a lot of damage I had to repair off, and still had about 14 or 15 seconds at the end to repair off. And I don't know, she battled all night long and was able to get it into victory lane, but it didn't come easy. And yeah, I don't even think I led that many laps in the race, but it just was getting involved in one wreck after another, and I just kept repairing damage. Was in a spot to potentially win it on that first green white checker. Ran out of fuel essentially, had to go pit, and had to make my way all the way back from about P20, and looked like the runs just went my way, and I got a little lucky to be back up at the front, but I got it done.
Well, got it done indeed, and I said this, a little bit during the broadcast. It was mostly a joke, but I said, you might want to come in here and thank the horseshoe after the race. How much does that go into it? I know you've talked about it before with me here in the booth, where you say there is a lot of skill that's involved in this kind of racing. Man, nights like tonight, is it also nice to have a little luck sometimes?
Oh, 100%. And, I want to be, I want to go on record for saying I think you do create some of the luck by trying to control what you can control, as in, if you can have a little better car control, maybe when the wrecks happen, for one, I kind of there was one wreck at the end. I just flat picked the right lane when I turned down the track, and I didn't even see what was in front of me, and I picked right. So I was lucky with that. But I ended up having to dirt track it around the corner to not hit anybody. So, that part, I'd like to think I kind of made a little bit of my own luck there, but this race overall felt like more luck than skill at the end, especially because there was a lot of crap going on, and I didn't always have full control of my car either. And when that's the case, I'm not too thrilled about it. But again, I'm very lucky to be sitting in victory lane right now.
Well, absolutely. And before we let you go and celebrate a win here in a wild one at Talladega, we'll give it a chance real quick. Is anybody like to thank or shout out?
Yeah, I want to thank you, Dawson, PGR eSports, Mike T, for everything you guys do, John Ward, DegaPros, for putting on this very, very fun event. Thank you to Justin, my teammates, Justin Mills, Tucker McClendon. A lot of fun running with them guys. Was able to feed them a little bit of knowledge, hopefully, that they can take out of this race. Want to thank the Bank of Missouri, Extra Life, Martin Sports. If you need any sim racing apparel, gloves, anything like that, go to martinsports.com. And last but not least,
Everything we do is for him. That's why we're here.
yeah, I had to plug that. But thank you.
Our winner tonight, Cody Nagels from Talladega. Cody, thanks for talking to us. Go enjoy it. Go celebrate. We'll talk to you soon.
Yep.
Cody Nagels in the 6. We're gonna circle back here real quickly because our official third place finisher, at least as we've been told, the third place finisher tonight will be Austin Green. And we're going to try to get him in here. A wild night at Talladega, a long one. We're going to get him in here nonetheless. Hey, Austin, it's Dawson in the booth. You got a copy? Hey, Austin, it's Dawson in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, so a bit of a chaotic one, a wild one. I know you took off only to find out the results have you scored third. Wild sequence at the end. What you see from your perspective on the wreck in turn 3 all the way through those last couple laps.
Yeah, I just went to bed. Sorry if I'm tired, but yeah, it was I don't know, man. It's like they always end the same, but I'm trying to figure out. I'm still trying to figure out what happened with me and Vincent. I mean, I know I had a little bit of rear end damage, but he got me a little loose. That wasn't anything on him. I just haven't raced it in a while, but. Then once we got on the back, I mean, we got squared up, and I was looking back at it. Everything was fine. There was no brakes sticking, no nothing. I don't know what happened, but, then we got to turn 3. They started wrecking. At that point, it's just, try to figure out a way to make it through it. And I wasn't even thinking about the finish, really, or how they were going to rule it. I was just kind of saying, yeah, figures, and ready to go to bed. But, I feel bad for guys. I know that obviously screws, Baker over, who was a teammate, but I know it helps other people, and it is what it is. $15 entry. It was a decent race overall.
Well, it was a pretty decent race, and kind of some momentum for you. I know it's been a little bit since we've seen you on track on Mondays, but I asked Dustin this when I talked to him a minute ago. Is there anything you can kind of take from tonight? Can you take any momentum out of tonight into next week when we go back racing on Monday night for points?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely. It's always hard, man. I'll tell you what, like I said, it was probably only 3 weeks, maybe a month at most I was gone. Just coming back, it's like, it's so competitive that it's hard to even have a chance. Everybody that I got pushed by, I was sideways. It just haven't been a while. Everyone that I was trying to push, it was hard to get them perfectly square. So definitely got better with some of that stuff. And then, just kind of learning when to make moves, what moves to make, pit stops, all that good stuff. So, I'm not 100% sure yet if I'll be back on Monday. I got an earlier job now, but if so, definitely can see it being more competitive and definitely taking some of those things I learned from tonight over there.
Well, absolutely. We look forward to it when you do make your return here on Monday nights. But before we let you go, really quickly, is there anybody you'd like to thank or shout out?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for putting on the broadcast, of course. Get to go watch it back tomorrow at some point. Thanks to Baker, I'm pretty sure he was our team captain, for picking me, and Brock. Good team. We had a good shot, just didn't work out. Thanks to all the drivers for making it happen, John for putting it on. let's see, McCullough Motorsports. I know it wasn't necessarily racing with them tonight, but all that they do for money racing and for me. And then I guess shout out to Ghost Racing Network, PGR eSports course, and I think that's it.
All right. Well, thanks for talking to us. Congrats on the third place finish here as of timing and scoring. Go enjoy it. Go celebrate it. We will talk to you soon.
I'm going to bed. See y'all.
Well, I'm going to echo that sentiment because I'm not far behind him. This was a long one tonight, a little bit longer than I think we all anticipated. From Talladega, and, man, I don't even know where to start. A wild one tonight. You know, a lot of scoring stuff going on there late. I know there's been some debate about moment of caution versus the iRacing scoring. We can officially say that tonight's race was scored by iRacing scoring that you see on your screen right now as per the race results. If that is the case, if that does stay official, which we don't have any official word as of right now, we're going to unfortunately have to go off the air probably without an official word. Unofficially, by my math up here, if this result stays true, then Team F has won tonight's team draft event with a best average finish of 7. Overall, a P7 average finish. That would be Dustin Carruthers, Kenny Stamper, and Landon Velicki that are going to win tonight's team draft event unofficially with a best average finishing position of 7. Team A had a best average position of 9th. Team G of just over 10. Team F, with an average finish of 7th, is going to take home tonight's $130 pot unofficially as of the scoring here from the iRacing results. A wild one tonight, a last-minute broadcast, but it ended up being a very fun, very chaotic race. I kind of like these ones that evolve into chaos. It's always fun, and it was so much fun to get to share it with you all. Glad you decided to come out and spend your late night Monday with me once again. I'm so glad that you guys got to watch it. I hope you did enjoy tonight's race. And as we depart here, some programming notes here briefly. Tuesday Night Thunder regular season finale is tomorrow night. I believe back at the Talladega Superspeedway in the Xfinity Series cars. You will not want to miss that. A heck of a points battle coming for that series. You don't want to miss a moment of tomorrow night's race here on PGR eSports at 10 p.m. on the East Coast. Be ready for that one. I'm telling you, if regular season finales in the past are any indication, it's going to be a lot of fun. You won't want to miss a moment. Thursday, the PGR Intimidator Super Speedway Series returns. I'm unsure at this point. I'm not sure the information is out for that race quite yet. I will tell you what it is on the schedule as of right now. Thursday's race is actually, wow, ironic timing. The second annual PGR eSports Team Draft event is Thursday night as of right now in the Craftsman Trucks on Thursday evening. And that's going to be a big money pot as well. A big time entry fee. You won't want to miss that one either here on PGR eSports. That one's going to be a lot of fun as well. Friday night, Super Speedway Kings is also back on PGR eSports, hosted by Jimmy Crow. You won't want to miss that one either. Lots of entries already. The Butler Family 133 going on Friday night. We'll get you some more information on that one here briefly as we get ready to go off of the air. The Butler Family 133 Friday night, as these drivers will be going for massive payouts. A 50-lap race on Friday at 10:35, broadcast live here on PGR eSports. The Xfinity Series is back for Jimmy Crow's Super Speedway Kings on Friday night. And then next week, on Monday, we're back points racing here in the Little Guy Series. I'll be on track. Mike and Baker will have the broadcast for you here on PGR eSports as we get ready to run our last 2 races of the regular season in the Little Guy Series to find out our 20 championship drivers. SummerSlam 499 is coming up in July. We'll have some more information to you as it becomes available in the next few weeks. Hope to get that information out very soon, by the end of this month, beginning of next month, so we can get ready for a marquee event in late July. That's going to about do it here for PGR eSports. My name is Dawson Wise. You've been watching the DegaPros Memorial Day Team Draft event again. I want to wish everybody a happy Memorial Day. I hope you did have a good day of reflection. Thank you so much for all those who have served. And today we remember all those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country and for our freedom. And as we get off of here tonight, hope you did enjoy tonight's broadcast. Join us tomorrow for Tuesday Night Thunder regular season finale